All right. What's up, you guys? We are back once again with the ill behavior. This is the ill Bill, and welcome to the Chill with Bill show. Hey, we got a few things to talk about. So, a lot of people. Well, I've been on the internet for a long time, and I've seen a lot of stuff. I'm old enough to remember no internet, so that's older than most of y'all, most of my audience anyway. And the things I have seen come and go, it is wild how things have changed. But the amount of bullshit that I see on the internet has just exploded. Absolutely exploded. Sorry, I had a M&M in my mouth. Let me wash that down. The amount of BS I've seen has absolutely exploded. Right, the censoring, the left-leaning politics, and all the things, the craziness. I mean, basically, like it's like a Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, right? Of nonsense. And the the way that people act, especially content creators, as they start to get bigger and bigger and bigger, start to get more money, and people start noticing who they are. Man, the amount of lack of humility is just insane. And people will do anything for clout nowadays. But so as a lot of y'all may already know, Fresh and Fit have been demonetized. What does that mean? It means they've been kicked off the YouTube Platinum Partner Program, which doesn't mean they can't make videos. It means that the videos that they make, the content that they create, has been demonetized. It means they can no longer make money off of it. They don't get paid for for advertising revenue. They can't get super chats. They can't get any of that stuff. So their ability to make money off said content on YouTube has been canceled. And that's all of their channels, and the clips channels, the shorts channels, and even the people that work for them. So Big Mo's clips channel has been demonetized. The Fed Reacts channel that Myron has been demonetized. And there's an issue with that in itself, which we'll talk about. The picking and choosing of what can be said, what is popular, what gets boosted in the algorithm, what what is promoted versus what is not. It shows it's not an even playing field, right? It hasn't been. I don't know if it's ever has been, but it definitely hasn't been in the entire time that I've known about YouTube usage and whatnot. And so YouTube can see it fit, because it's their platform, to pick and choose the content that they feel is comfortable to be said, and that they'll quote unquote align themselves with, or whatever it is. Now, Fresh and Fit is pretty controversial. I'm not gonna back up everything they say, because sometimes they be on some wild shit, right? But should they be allowed to say it, and should they be allowed to make money from it? Well, I believe in a two-way street. That is my big thing, is what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? So if I can go on YouTube and I can see a plethora of content that you know discriminates against men, bashes men, um, calls them things that is just out of this world. If I can go on YouTube and I can hear blatant racism, okay, racist slurs, terminology directed at a certain race repeatedly. If I can go on YouTube and I can see the promotion of things like, you know, killing babies, right? Or, violence or whatever it may be, which you can, then it has to be across the entire spectrum. It has to be all above board, in my opinion. Because if not, then you're allowing for a certain type of person, a certain type of personality, a certain type of ideology, or you know, to fester and to build an audience, right? So, Fresh and Fit, these guys have said some controversial things about women, about sexuality. If you want to say they've said some things about race, that's fine. Um, but they are no different than a lot of these other content creators and people out there that make money off the YouTube platform, right? For people to be racist against white people, to say racial things against white people, I see it on YouTube all the time. All the time. Now, I'm not white. I'm a black man. But does it matter? Like, apparently it's okay to be racist against white people, but any other protected class, obviously, it's an issue. And what if you're part of that protected class? Are you considered racist at that point for making a comment that if another race made it would be deemed as racist? Right. So, anyways, we're gonna do a reaction to this guy. I've never really watched his stuff, but I started watching like a couple minutes of it, and I was just blown away by, the audacity of dude. And the thing is he is actually reacting to an ABBA and Preach video that they were reacting to. This is the funny. So it's a reaction of a reaction of a reaction, right? They were reacting to Fresh and Fit. So I want to show you guys, and we're going to talk about, these are the other content creators that, get into these games versus, people like Fresh and Fit and, whatever. And these guys are allowed to remain on here, no problem. I know they've said some crazy things in the past too, but like, the point is that, these are men too. Well, arguably these are men too. And it's just weird. It's just weird how you will take a situation that somebody's going through, right? And you will not only try to get clout off of it, right? But you feel that somehow you are better than, while at the same time behaving and speaking the same way. So let's just check it out. You know what I mean? And remember, apparently it's okay to say whatever you want. Here, we'll do this. Or is it this? Sorry, let me go ahead and fix this if I can. Nope, that is not what I wanted to do. Oh, there we go. Boom. And boom. Just want you guys to have the whole thing. Let's go ahead and peep it. So this is ABBA and Preach. I don't know which is which. Doesn't fucking matter. I'm sure you guys do. I don't normally watch their shit. I have seen it from time to time. I've seen, comments that they've made about other YouTubers, including Fresh and Fit. It seems like their content is based around just talking shit about people. Like they talk shit about Fresh and Fit for talking shit about women. Fine, okay, but it seems like all of their content, all of it is made off of talking shit about people. And so I don't understand what value they provide here. And let's see here for a second. What the hell? Oh yeah, ABBA and Preach. Oh, I should have put it in the YouTube thing. Huh? Please don't play any other crap. I don't really want to hear it right now. Interesting. This video may be inappropriate for some users. Does that mean that it's age restricted? That must mean that's what it is. I don't know. So let's just look real quick. Fresh and fit in tears as YouTube kicks him out. I've seen this. Women rank each other by looks. Kai Senate faces prison 1 year. Interesting. Like all of this. Dad rejects his daughter's BFs. You know what I mean? So it seems like they made a lot of content about the same kind of things that these other people are making content about. And I'm not, I'm not any much different, right? But that's the point, right? Is they are in the same boat as these guys, whether they agree with them, they like them or whatever, you know what I mean? They're no different, right? So let's go ahead and check it out.
Some big news just dropped. YouTube made some decisions.
No.
Let's go. Ready? Here we go.
Is this the end, bro? Because we got some bad news, man. The channel has been kicked off the YouTube Partner Program.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
What's up, guys? John Anthony here from John Anthony Live.
Hold on. Let's go back to his intro. What was that?
Video. We're going to be reacting.
Where is that? Let me go back. Look at this guy. Maybe that's his. I don't know if this is his woman. With all these other. I don't know what's going on here, but dude, stick your fucking tongue back in your mouth. I don't know. Whatever. Let's go. This is the issue. This is gonna be the issue. The entire thing. Look. Let me tell you guys. I start all this with saying like, I don't claim to be much different. Okay. I mean, I'm a guy. These all are guys. Okay. These are all guys. Guys behave in a certain kind of way. Most guys, right? There's some guys that don't, but we know about those guys, right? But in general, these are all guys. So I'm not claiming to be a whole lot different, right? What I'm saying is the hypocrisy is insane. And nowadays, nobody's got each other's back. Nobody, everybody's fishing for clout. So let's go ahead and let's go.
What's up, guys? John Anthony here from John Anthony Lifestyle. In today's video, we're going to be reacting.
Hey man, here's my other thing. John Anthony, international dating coach, 1,650 plus women in 30 plus countries. I don't know what that means. Does that mean he's been with 1,650 plus women in 30 countries? Is that what he means? So you're a womanizer. I mean, 1,650, unless you're a porn star and you get paid to be with that many women, you're a womanizer. No man can say that he can go through 1,600 women with, and say that he loves women and he loves everything about them. You might love pussy, pardon my language. You like to fuck. You like to have sex 100%, but you don't love women, right? But let's go.
Reacting to Abba and Preach, reacting to Fresh and Fit being demonetized and kicked off of the YouTube Partner Program, meaning no more super chats and no more monetization of videos, which should greatly impact them. Okay, and Myron almost breaks down in tears here. So make sure you stick to the end because this is going to be hilarious.
And guys, the channel has been kicked off the YouTube Partner Program. I shouldn't be admitting this, but saving children, right? That was great, but saving you guys is better.
What is he laughing at? What about that is funny? I don't understand, right? Like, you want to, if he wants to make fun of Myron, because Myron's getting, emotional and about to be teary-eyed on the internet, which Myron, come on, man. Like, hey, I understand. This is a big effing deal. This is a big deal. Okay. And what you guys do, the way that you feel about it is also a big deal, but crying on, on a live stream. I've seen many videos, many content that Myron has created talking shit about men, being emotional and vulnerable. Right. So this part, I feel like this is an L too, but The dude's laughing before that even happens. So he's laughing about what Myron's saying about helping children is wonderful, but helping you guys, meaning men, right, to become better men, he, you know, it really gets him, you know, it really means a lot to him. So this clown show down here, oh, my shit's over him. I guess I can't do that. I'm going to sit up here. This clown show over here, that's funny to him, I guess. I don't know what he did prior to this. For some reason, I don't believe he was in Homeland Security. Okay. By the way, Myron, thank you for your service. Let's keep it going. It's an L. Okay. I agree. It's an L. You know, Myron, Walter, man, y'all. But it's tough. Like, I understand why it's happening and why you guys are doing, you know, why the emotions are coming out. And yes, it's an L, but you guys are kidding me, right? This is what you're doing. You're laughing about, like, laugh about the shit that they made or whatever, you know what I mean? Talk trash about them or whatever. But this could just as easily be y'all, right? Abba and Preach and this clown show right here, right? Because they're so much better. Their content is so much different, right? It's not.
Yeah, man, this is tough, bro.
Let's rewind that really quick and watch where he's about to cry, because that is hilarious.
Right. And this is why Myron and the rest of the gang and everybody else that you guys have ever listened to tell men, hey, don't be emotional. Don't be emotional with your woman. Don't be emotional, you know, on camera. You got to control it. You got to keep it in check, because the internet is undefeated, man. And this shit's going to last forever, but let's go.
Yeah, man, this is tough, bro.
Look, now Abba and Preach are playing the clips. This is where they're being racist, okay, calling other black people monkeys. Okay.
Is that racist? Okay, this is I'm gonna have a problem with all this. Okay, I'm gonna have a problem with all this, right? Is Myron, who is black, and Walter, who is also black, calling other black people, is that considered racist? Do you think that he's saying it because he's black? He's saying, oh, because you're black, you're a monkey? Or are we saying this because he genuinely believes he looks like an ape? I don't know, but no offense, Mr. White Guy or whatever you are down here, I don't think you are in any position to say anything, because you ain't in the conversation, right? Like, me personally, I don't consider that to be racism, right? It's like, you know, if you tell another black person, you know, you call them a nigger, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that racism if you're black? I'm just saying, because we call each other that shit all the time. So are we being racist to ourselves? Like, I don't understand the logic. And, you know, that's my problem with this whole thing. Especially, they're saying that this reason, and there's another clip where Myron puts on a white sheet on a Rumble channel, but they're saying that when I say they're, I'm saying the content creators that we're talking about right now are saying that that's the reason why they got demonetized. I don't think that's the reason, but let's go.
Okay, let's watch their other little antics that got them kicked. They were calling Abba and Preach monkeys, okay, being extremely racist. This is them.
How is that racist? This shit right here? I mean, granted, Myron looks pretty fucking stupid, but how can you be calling this racist if he's black, yo? That doesn't, just because, see, here's my issue. Because historically, white people used these terms as racial slurs towards black folks. That is how these clowns are interpreting it, right? Through their lens. Okay. I don't see it as that, because how can you be racist if you are that raced? I mean, there are some black people that are generally racist towards black people, but I haven't really seen these, but you can tell who they are, right? Like they're a few that hate their own damn skin, right? Myron does not hate being black. Walter does not hate being black. I mean, how can you, again, no, I'm not trying to be offensive or anything like that. You know what I mean? I'm sure I'm going to get roasted. Somebody's going to do something, or maybe they're going to make a video. Who knows? But my understanding is, from what I see, this guy is white. And so he is looking through this behavior through a white person's lens. Right. And so maybe that is how a lot of people see it, or a lot of white folks. I don't know. We'll see how other, content creators see it. There are a couple other ones that I may watch. I haven't seen all of it, like the lead attorney, good guy. I know he did one on the Fresh and Fit demonetization. I'm not sure what his reasoning or what his thought process was on why they got demonetized, but let's keep going.
Performing here. Look, see what happens? This is what's so great about the world, okay? Karma comes back into their face and fucking kicks them in the ass. Just like Andrew Tate, just like Modern Life Dating, all these people are getting what's coming to them, even fucking Rolo. Look at the fucking panel here. 2 dorks, Fresh and Fit, Sneeko, and Zerka. Fucking loser party.
Fucking loser party. Look at these dorks. Who are you, bro? Who are you? Like, I don't understand. And this is my issue with this, right? The hypocrisy is over 9,000 up in this joint, man. Like, you're calling people names and loser and this and that. Right, you are no different than this behavior. Just because you're sitting there like this currently on a couch, you know what I mean, doesn't make your behavior any different than what he's doing. So I just don't get it.
And he was like, "Oh, I have no idea how he could have gotten canceled."
How can you get canceled? Look, just because he's black, or jumping around like a monkey, talking about somebody, calling him a monkey, does not make it racist. It makes it racist because you, a white person, if you were to do this, then that goes back to historic times when white people were using that as racial slurs. He's genuinely saying this clown looks like and acts like a monkey. Acts, looks, and talks like a monkey. That's not racism. That's just talking shit, which is exactly the same thing that you just did about these guys, right? Like, loser panel, blah, blah, blah. It's the same thing. You could never call them monkeys. You could never call them monkeys because you'd be canceled instantly. Do you understand? Like, but I could probably call you cracker. I'm not trying to. I'm not saying that, right? I'm just talking about the hypocrisy in this thing, right? Because apparently you can get away with racism when you're talking to white people. I've seen it. I've seen it a lot. I watched, was it the Whatever podcast? The guy that runs that one, can't remember. He was called all kinds of stuff. Cockroach, cis white man, blah, 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 blah. Like, and nobody cares, right? It happens all the time. So, I don't get it. But anyways, so far, I don't see this as racist. I don't see what we're doing here.
At the moment, we are currently on tour, so that's why we're in this setup. It looks a little bit different. We're sitting.
I mean, look at him.
Do any videos while we was out here?
Look at him. I mean, look at him. I don't know. I'm not trying to call anybody any names, but I'm just saying, like, usually there's some. When black folks call other black folks something, there's usually some kind of resemblance of that thing.
What happened?
Some things happen.
Cause this motherfucker told me that this shit happened, and then I was like, okay, what?
While we were out here taking dubs on tour, doing some of our first live shows, let me just say, meeting you guys in person has been amazing.
Great.
Some big news just dropped. YouTube made some decisions.
No.
Let's go. Ready? Here we go. 3,
No.
2,
No.
And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast, man. We got a very important announcement for you guys. Let's get into the show.
Let's go. This might be one of the last times you guys hear this.
The intro fucking blows too. I love how Abba and Preach shamelessly rip on these guys. Okay, more people need to.
They have one of the best intros in the manosphere. Don't see, this is all shit talk. This is what all this dude is doing, is talking trash to get views. Okay. It doesn't make any of what he's saying so far. And he hasn't said a lot, but so far everything's been pretty much garbage. We all know that the intro that Fresh and Fit have for their podcast is fantastic. And they found a way to utilize audio that most people would not have been able to use, right? It's high quality, high production value, not a piece of shit. You may not like it, that's fine, but your intro was literally some Photoshop, font, and then a picture of you with your tongue hanging out, hugging on some girl with 7 other chicks there, right? Not you in the middle, right? Like a Bilzerian type. No, you on the end hugging on her. So, and we all know what that means, right? Because an image is worth 1,000 words. But talk shit as opposed to, genuine whatever. This is my issue. This is, I just got such a big problem with this stuff. And I'm not here to talk shit. I'm just trying to point out the hypocrisy, right? Because like it or not, the intro is good. It's a high quality intro. It's not a piece of shit, but not according to
fucking step to the plate and challenge total cocksuckers that are polluting YouTube.
No, I'm just kidding. You guys can hear this intro as often as you want if you go to Rumble.
No way.
All right, and we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh and Fit podcast, man. As you guys know, we had a show scheduled earlier with Psych Hacks, but we had to cancel because we got some really, sucky news.
Crazy news.
Yeah, crazy news, real talk.
Yeah.
Right now we're live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble.
Real talk, bro. Before we get into the rest of this, okay, if you're struggling right now to get matched,
absolutely not. And this is what makes this guy fucking cheap. Okay. Just like everybody else, let me sell you a course on how to get all these 1,650 women that I've been with and be a dirt bag that runs through chicks, right? Just like me. We're not listening to this shit. Let me just fast forward here. Why would I do that? Why would I listen to your bullshit?
CM, bro. Am I going to have to go back to Wix, bro? Keep in mind, Walter Weeks, should be named Walter Wix, was a customer service support representative at Wix.com. They even reference it. I watched.
And you probably worked at McDonald's. Who cares what he used to do? We all used to do something, okay? Like nobody starts at the top. And if you did, it's because of daddy or whatever, right? Like it doesn't make you any better than anybody else. If working at Wix, I mean, that's a good job. That's a high quality job for that's better than entry level, right?
This clip in advance because I thought this was too funny. Okay, long time coming.
When I heard, I was shocked because
but they reference how he used to work there. Listen to this.
We love YouTube, man.
Yeah,
we love streaming.
Yeah,
and at this point, I feel like
we love spreading dog shit content and inaccurate misogynistic opinions, bro.
Our whole lives are revolved around streaming and adding value to people online. It's just like. It won't be the same, bro.
Define adding value when you're constantly shitting all over women and making guys hate women on a massive scale.
I don't know what he's talking about right now. This is the BS. This is how he gets women, right? It's to pander to them. Okay. I don't hate women. I've been watching Fresh and Fit for a long time, but just because I can point out the hypocrisy, because I see how they move, because I can understand things that have happened in my life and the reasons for them happening, doesn't make me a woman hater, right? And most of the men that watch Fresh and Fit, it's basically like having a few thousands of men or whatever crammed into a locker room. Okay, that's what it is. Right. When you see the chat, when you hear the speak, okay, it's locker room talk. It's how men generally conversate towards each other. And this clown show right here is a effing liar if he tells you that he behaves any different outside of this video. You know he does. You know he is exactly because he's a man. And you can't be with 1,600 women. If that's what that really means, I don't know if that is. And God, you're keeping score on the damn YouTube video. What kind? Is that not misogyny? I don't know, man. Like I'm so lost at what the hell is going on here. But if he's going to sit here and say that he doesn't talk the same way that 95% of males talk when he's with men, okay, he's cap, bro. He's cap. That's all I'm going to say.
That's giving value. Okay.
Yeah.
What we heard.
In 2020, guys, as you guys know, I was working for the government, right? I was a special agent of Homeland Security. He worked for Fuck it, Wix. We'll just call it.
Yeah.
Right.
He worked for fuck it, Wix. John Anthony already exposed that from his LinkedIn page. He was a customer support representative. Okay, probably earning like fucking 20 or 30K max. And then he's like, hold on, bro.
Working for Wix in Miami, you're not earning 30K. I mean, what is 30K? What's this, $15 an hour? Is that what we're talking about? Hold on, 15 times 40 times 4. All right. Yeah. $15 an hour in Miami? I don't know, man. He had to have been at least making $20. Right. $20.
Real talk. I'm just going to go buy a CEO shirt and CEO chain. And that's it, bro. And everyone will think we're cool, bro. And Myron's like, great idea, Walter.
Wix.com, yeah.
All right, so this is their like little sob moment where they relive the tales of the good days. You know? So I'm just going to put 1.5.
Preach is like trying not to laugh.
I don't give a fuck.
I was playing clips before at 1.5x. People were like, I don't like the clips at 1.5x. It's like, nobody wants to sit through fucking trash content. Okay, we're just laughing at it. We can still understand them at 1.5x, and we don't have to sit through it as long.
And, he was a tech support.
Tech support. Hello, welcome to Wix. My name is...
Here we go, right? Here we go. So... he's not talking shit right now about my man, Walter. He's got a speech impediment, right? The stuttering, like that's a genuine issue. Okay. That it's kind of like this unibrow you got going on right here. You know what I'm saying? Except the difference is you can just trim that. He's got to actually work hard to get his speech better. Right. But the point is the shit talk. Like you are no different, bro.
Walter Weeks. How can I help you? They're like, we can't get our website working. He's like, all right, bro.
So now would you consider a speech impediment to be a disability? I mean, let's just talk about it. Is a speech impediment a disability? Because if it is in any form, even in the slightest bit, what does that make this guy right here for talking smack about somebody with a disability? Oh my God. Because the world is gets so butthurt easily, right? Easily. Everybody's so, can be offended so quickly and all these things. Okay. Does that make you any different? I don't know.
Facts, real talk. No idea what I'm doing here. I'm mostly just chilling, playing video games. But let's walk through this, bro.
Guys, etc. We started this podcast. We did our first episode on October 26th, 2020. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And in less than 3 years, you've wreaked total havoc on men, polluting their minds and hosting the whole who's who of all the biggest cocksuckers in the manosphere. Let's get a round of applause for that. Good job, guys. You're really fucking killing it.
Hosting
Chris was there.
A who's who of all the biggest cocksuckers in America. Like you can just say whatever you want. Whatever you want, as long as you pander to this bullshit, right?
The apartment was all empty and shit.
You guys remember the days before we started just making a podcast where we shit on women every day? You remember the days where you used to work at Wix and you were a loser?
Walter still is a loser, okay? Before he started putting out the fully fabricated lie that he's knocking down 1,500 girls a year. Girls have reported, girls live in his building. One of them came on my show, and she was like, Walter's like a big teddy bear. All the girls friend zone him. No girls want to bang him. He plays video games all day. He's just a huge nerd. It's like, oh, really? What a surprise. A customer service representative, okay, who had a fat ex-wife who I displayed multiple times on camera. He's not banging 1,500 a year? Wow. And they say he's a 20-year-old rising music star. There's so many fucking lies they pushed, right? And just a quick note on that 1,500 a year claim. My best year doing almost only exclusively game activities. When I was in the 700s count, okay, I did 246 new girls doing almost only game activities. I was just taking breaks from Muay Thai in the gym. The rest of the time I was either swiping Tinder, texting, setting up dates, going on dates, being with rotation girls, or doing cold.
Wow. Listen to this guy. And for $5.99, you can be just like me. What in the hell makes him somehow better. I don't know. This is the same. This behavior, this talk, this is the same. You're not knocking down 250 girls a year and you're a nice dude. Like this is, I mean, you use women, bro.
Approach. And I got 246 new. He's claiming 5x that per year with no fucking 6x actually, with no fucking proof of that whatsoever. And all the best guys I know are between like 600 and like 850 right now. Now Walter, he's knocking down 1,500 a year in secret, along with hundreds of other lies.
To put out like illegal immigrants behind bars.
I'm not sure if he said that.
And then
or
we
not.
got together and we're just like, yo, these fucking whores, and we made millions.
I heard they didn't actually make that much though. I heard that they're like struggling to pay their rent there, but they were getting a lot of their money from super chats and stuff like that. And now that they're demonetized and kicked out of the partner program, they're in deep shit. To remind you guys again, all that time that I put in, the blood, sweat, and tears, the rigorous testing, okay, and collecting data, not complaining, but that all led to an optimized system that works the best in the industry. We have over 1,000 tests.
Oh my God. Oh my God. He keeps trying to sell this crap program. Like, bro.
Review. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. Right. And I'm working at the government, sitting at my desk, writing up a report, and I see this email. And this is 2020 November. And I, I go, I let my supervisor know, hey, I got to go up to, the internal affairs office, right? Because it's not the same building as us. And, I go over there and they take my phone. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what's going on here? And then, they're like, they didn't want to tell me, but they're like, hey, we're part of an internal investigation. Next day I meet up with the special agent in charge, and they tell me, hey, it has to do with your YouTube. And right there it clicked. I was like, wait, hold on. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, you probably can't work for the FBI and also be like, yo, these fucking whores, man.
Zerka's still fucking doing that. He's running around, oh, this bitch here, oh, this whore over there, blah, blah, blah. The one girl that I banged out of the 8.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, the FBI is probably going to frown on that.
Yeah.
The FBI is probably going to have a problem with that.
Homeland Security is probably not wanting some dude just be like, hey, yo, these whores deserve less.
Yeah, Myron wrote a whole book called Women Deserve Less. What a fucking loser.
I like that this even needed a conversation. Like,
That makes him a loser, but you banging 250 chicks in a year doesn't make you a loser. I mean, you basically live the life that Myron says that you should live. Right?
even working as a government clerk,
make
you
any
probably
sense.
can't have a YouTube channel doing this
No.
shit. But anyways.
Probably think I'm recording videos on my phone. Like that's what it is, which it was a fucking like iPhone 6 or 7. It was a piece of shit. And what ended up happening is I had to make a really tough decision that month. I remember going back and forth, trying to negotiate, trying to figure out what we're going to do. And, they're like, no, like you have to pick one. You have to either, you're going to be a YouTuber.
You either have to insult girls all day, or you can work for Homeland Security. Okay.
They don't care. They don't care about that. It wasn't about the content that he was making, especially back then. Okay. It was the clout. It was the image. It was a securities risk, right? Because he's putting himself out there. He's giving out information about himself, but at the same time working for Homeland, right? So if you have 1 million subscribers, you can't exactly go undercover, right? Like, I mean, you can't, there's a huge conflict of interest there. They can continue to say all the stuff that they want about, because it was them talking trash or blah, 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 blah. Like that might make somebody mad, but that's not the reason for it. You know what I mean? If you've never been in the military, which I don't know if he has or hasn't, but the military is very misogynistic, if that's what you want to call it. It is very man-centric. Nowadays it's getting a lot more, wokey, but that's what it was. And the things that he says, that Myron says, are the least of your concerns in the military, right? It's not about that. It's about the clout and getting yourself out there. That's an issue.
Because you're very stable, and that would be a great place for you.
Or you can be a special agent of Homeland, but you're not going to do both. And I had to make that decision. I remember you were there.
Yeah.
We had Andrew here. And I was like, well, we got people working for us now. There's people that depend on us. You had to pretty much quit your gig.
So by that time, they're making a bunch of money, right? They got a bunch of subscribers, a bunch of fans. People are recognizing them on the street. Like you're And because you're making so much money, that's the other thing. It's like, obviously this never happened to me, but my understanding is if you win the lottery, then they give you, they'll let you go out of the military. And I can't remember what kind of
Walter had stepped down from his illustrious position as a
sorry about that. I can't remember what kind of discharge you get. But they'll let you go because, you're making 35, 40, 50K a year, right? Doing really important, really dangerous stuff. But you got millions in the bank. You're going to start not caring. You're going to start not listening. You're going to, that you develop this sense of that's an issue. Right. And so he's making a bunch of money. He's got a bunch of fans, a bunch of subscribers, people who know what he looks like. You know what I mean? He's putting himself out there on YouTube, right? He's becoming essentially not only worthless to Homeland Security, but also a liability at that point, right? Not just he's not able to provide value. And now he's going to do all this and then go sit at a desk? Like, no, that's not how this works, right? So you can make it about, the content if you want to, but that's not the issue.
Technical support representative at Wix.com. Get a round of applause for that. That was a noble sacrifice. He's like, well, bro, I'm just going to wear the CEO chain and CEO shirt and everyone will think I'm a CEO. And it worked. So nice job, Walter.
I'm going to resign. And I walked in December 5th, turned in all my stuff. And I walked away from the U.S. government. It was a good, 6-figure job. It was stable. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. You guys know on my Fed Reacts, you guys see how I talk when I'm talking on that channel. And and I tell you guys that story to tell you that I haven't felt like that since today. And it sucks, guys. It really does suck. Fortunately, we made some moves, etc. And we.
Unfortunately, they pretended to be monkeys on camera. They wore a Ku Klux Klan hood and hat, amongst other things.
We kind of knew that the type of content that we make, for us to be able to give you this content, we have to.
It comes at a cost.
It comes at a cost, dude.
And it will be here forever.
Yeah. And Fresh always said this, enjoy us while you can.
Yeah. They thought it was capping, man.
Yeah.
They thought it was a joke.
And we made moves on the side knowing that this could potentially happen. And guys, the channel has been kicked off the YouTube partner program. Just keep it.
Yeah. And what he's saying, because this idiot can't hear because he's too ready to respond. What he was saying is they made other moves, right? Like Myron's in real estate, I believe Precious too. They've made other avenues of income, so that because they knew in anticipation of this. Now Myron does explain that he pushed all of his chips into the new studio and stuff prior to this happening. That probably isn't going to matter. He owns like 10 properties as far as I know, or maybe a little less. I don't remember, but he's got revenue coming in. But the Fresh and Fit revenue was probably a lot. And this guy right here, I can't remember what he said, revenue wise, or maybe it was somebody else I was listening to, if they talked about the revenue at all. Somebody said they weren't really making that much money. Probably not. That's nonsense, yo. You don't have 1 million subscribers and you're not getting paid. We all know this. They got the merch. They've got his book. We know he's got properties. They got the Fresh and Fit thing coming in, the advertising revenue and the super chats. Bro, you could talk trash if you want, but we all know they're getting paid.
If you look right now, you can't even super chat or
you can't even super chat right now.
Okay, they're just off the partner program.
That's 95% of their revenue.
Yes.
So it's not just they make their money. Listen, for all the shit I talk, they are top 3 in terms of how much money people donate. The amount of dudes who want to be like, they have the panel with the women and the dudes donate $100 to be like, tell that dumb whore with the blonde wig that her daddy doesn't love her. There's dudes who paying that every day. Mm-hmm. So, they were top of the line.
But it is true, and there are some guys that say that shit, but a lot of times the commentary that they get back, I mean, it's very much the same kind of descriptions, but it's not untrue, right? It's not when these guys say this stuff.
That's called.
And the fact is, they got paid off it.
Just fucking robbing retards blind.
Yeah, they're the only fans of YouTube.
Sure. Yep.
So this is the beginning of the end of this era.
So now all the viewers are retards. All the viewers are retards.
Controlling chat. So yeah. So you literally can't. Yeah, man. So
and how can you say whatever?
So basically, we're gonna figure out what's going on because we don't even really know all the details. We're working with YouTube to try to come to a middle ground and, work together and figure this out. But for now,
we don't even know why.
We don't know the specific.
Let's hear Walter's thoughts and sentiments about this situation.
In any form or fashion,
Chris,
hate YouTube or want to go at them. We're just saying, you know what? We wish we knew the reason why, but we respect, for them to use the platform and keeping us here for a while. And like,
I think that's funny too, right? Everybody else knows why suddenly, but they don't even know why. So it's all bullshit. It's just them making up their own reasons. Oh, they said racial, like we don't know any of that. Don't know.
Like,
yeah,
we appreciate it.
Yeah, but and the thing is that you guys know, right? On this pod, we push the edge, right? We push the envelope. We're not going to lie about that. Like, we give you guys the real deal when it comes to getting in shape, when it comes to
money, girls,
dating, improving yourself, etc. And unfortunately, to be able to give people real advice that they can take in real.
They've pulled a gun out when people fucking get crazy. They've, dressed up in the Ku Klux Klan hats. They're running around.
So Myron does have a CCW, and he has shown it on camera, I believe, saying that, he has the ability to protect himself. Why? Because women and dudes have come to the studio pulling out blickies. I mean, they're very well known. People know where their apartment is, right? They know where the studio is. And people come up there, they start stuff, they'll fight, they'll, pull out guns, right? Like stuff like that has happened. So, to say, all Myra's doing is saying, look, if you come through, I'm going to protect myself and I have the ability to do so. And here's a proof just in case you think I'm capping. And he's not. I don't blame them.
Around acting like monkeys, countless other things. And they're like, well, we've got to push the edge, guys.
Real life and apply to the real world, you have to have uncomfortable conversations about uncomfortable topics.
And you have to do uncomfortable, off-the-wall things that no one should ever have to do. But just because you're retarded, you did them anyways. And now you got fucking slapped for it.
In uncomfortable times.
Oh, yeah. I said it when they did the whole monkey thing.
Yeah. I didn't realize that when Fresh and Fit put out that live stream and said they were going to nuke our channel, they just ended up nuking their own. So,
Yeah, look at this shit. Look at retard Sneeko. Keep in mind, Sneeko did an IQ test on YouTube live, and it came out below average, okay, proving that he's a dumb fuck. And the only reason why he's popular is because he asked a bunch of white people to say the N-word for $1. That's it. Okay, and you can see what follows.
If you're proud of this, congratulations, brother. You played yourself. I don't think there's much to be said. I wouldn't be surprised if the YouTube channel.
There's not much to be said. That's Myron, by the way, under the hood.
Channel gets deleted.
Fresh. My man's 28 going on 80. And I don't want that to be you guys.
He simulated raping a girl. I didn't even know about that one, but not surprised.
It was about the.
And this is why I didn't even want to go back and forth with Ethan Klein. It's like when you bring up certain drama, it brings bad press. People start writing articles, okay? And YouTube just doesn't like that. They don't want bad press. So even though these guys were bringing in so much money to YouTube and their income, they weren't worth the negative cost that they potentially would bring.
I swear in a lot of videos, I talk about inappropriate themes. It's kind of like no holds barred, but I don't do distasteful stuff like we saw there. I don't do, bigotry stuff, racist stuff, like fucking out of control, misogynistic stuff. But my shit's been demonetized. You can still sue.
Oh, hold on. Let's go back.
Control, misogynistic stuff. But my shit's been demonetized. You can still super chat. I'm still part of the YouTube partner program. But all my videos have been demonetized for a long time. Okay, that's why the channel is like shadow banned and throttled and has like very limited reach compared to other channels. But that's the cost of being able to speak your mind.
With a bad press story. And that's
Interesting. So he's been demonetized at, I don't know how many subscribers he had when he got demonetized. He's got 180K now. Fresh and Fit made it all the way up to 1 million before they got demonetized. So I will say, bravo, YouTube. I don't know if these clowns are demonetized, but all these guys are no different. Like, they're all the same. So they should all be getting treated equally, in my opinion.
That's what these guys are. They're a bad news story waiting to happen. The New York Times will probably write something someday about misogyny being rampant on YouTube, or racism or whatever it is being rampant on YouTube, and they're going to play clips of these guys doing monkey noises and calling people all kinds of things, right? Or doing the KK, putting on the white hood, right? They're going to play those clips. YouTube doesn't need that kind of bad advertising. You want to be able to be free to do whatever you want. YouTube says, sure, but we're not going to make you part of the partner program. We're not going to allow you to make money off this site because we don't want to be associated with your brand. So they're sitting here now like they don't get it, but like all these conspiracy theories that they've been bringing on their platform, all the dumb shit that they've done, they want to sit here and cry about it now.
I watched this in advance too, and Fresh and Fit try to blame the Matrix. That's it. Like, I feel like I'm in an alternative reality. I feel like I'm in the Matrix. No, I'm just kidding.
But I already said you were willing to throw away your platform to do the dumbest, unfunniest jokes possible, the dumbest minstrel show. So it's easy to sit here and be like, oh, this is so devastating. But you weren't really thinking about your platform or maintaining your shit when you were doing that dumb stuff. It's easy to say, oh, I care about my girl. I can't believe she left me. You were cheating on her for 5 years. You cheated on her with her sister. You were doing flagrant dumb shit, and then you want to cry afterwards about how much you cared. It's kind of hard for me to take it seriously. I don't want nobody to lose their stuff, but it wasn't surprising to me the same way it's not surprising when the other guy loses.
You called it.
I told Preach in private. I said they're probably going to lose their shit over this.
And I was the one to say I was not believing in that because to be honest with you, sometimes when stuff like that happens, I really don't believe in the system. I don't believe in the things that are in place, and sometimes I'm like, the experience that I had in life, like I don't believe in what they say. When I mean I'm talking about the system in place and the rules.
The Matrix, right? So that's the thing about the Matrix. This clown right here wants to clown them about saying the Matrix got us. Okay. The Matrix is a euphemism, right? It's just a term used to talk about the powers that be, and we all know that those exist, right? There's the uppers, the echelon, the community, the society. There's the powers that be that want to control all things and keep everything in a nice little box with the top on it. You know what I mean? Like that. We all know that, and if you operate the way that is okay, that is deemed okay, then you can become successful or at least make it through life, right? And if you don't operate in the way that is okay, then you will be met with a ton of brick walls, right? And this is just that. So he just said the Matrix. He didn't say the words the Matrix. He just described the same thing Andrew Tate describes, the same thing Fresh and Fit describes, all these guys, right? Like he's just said the same thing, right? So obviously they believe in the same thing.
Right? I feel like sometimes it's not fair. And I was like, maybe not. Probably not. And then it just takes time, I guess. Yeah. It just takes a whole lot of time for them to sit down and be like, you know what, let's just review this.
Yep.
The same way.
If you guys are still with me, make sure you hit like, subscribe if you're not a subscriber.
Every couple of seconds, bro, just stop. Don't subscribe to this guy, man.
Let's keep going here.
It took time for Tate. Like they need to.
Yeah, there was a whole investigation into Tate. I fucking distanced myself from Tate in the spring of 22, I think. Right, like a year and a half ago, far before he was ever arrested, far before he was ever charged, just because I saw what was going on. And I made a fucking assessment, and that was it. It's like Christian Bale. He's like, I've assessed the situation, and I'm leaving. But Patrick, where are you going? I have to return some videotapes.
Patrick? What is it? Where are you going? I've got to return some videotapes.
Awesome movie.
Watch and put a file together to just justify this. That's the same thing that happened there. Yeah.
This stuff could even happen to me and Preach someday.
It could.
That's why you don't celebrate this kind of stuff.
No.
Because, we have takes that are probably not the most popular when it comes to trans women in sports or whatever it is. And, I've always accepted that I'm probably going to lose this platform someday. So when that happens, I'll be okay with it. I'll be at peace. It'll suck, but it is what it is. I'm not married to this thing. I understand.
It's easy to say that until it happens, right? And I don't know how many subs they got. I think I was looking this up before. Look at these guys. 2 million subscribers. God damn. Which I'm not one of them. I'm not sure why they have this many subscribers.
Understand it, but I also try to take steps to be smart about what battles I choose. Not every battle's worth fighting. When a dude's putting on a monkey suit or putting on a clan hood. Like, I'm not trying to be on that level of dumbness.
What do you expect, right? It was two fucking losers pretending to be cool, pretending to be experts, lying their ass off and getting exposed for it constantly. The train wreck eventually fucking derailed. Here we are.
That they were not on YouTube. Still linked.
Like I said, they don't like the press. If they say like YouTuber is out here wearing a hood, it doesn't matter whether it was on or off the platform, it looks bad.
Think about how fucking ignorant and rude and disrespectful you have to be in general to put on a Ku Klux Klan hat on camera and do the disgusting displays of offensive shit. What do they think is going to happen? They run around acting like a monkey. What do they think is going to happen?
For the platform, it looks bad for their business, and that's what it is. YouTube is a business.
So if you're a black man and you put on a Ku Klux Klan hood and make fun of it, is that racist? I'm having a hard time combining these things, right? Like and connecting these dots. I think they're just on this, wokey speech nonsense. Like, that's the issue.
At the end of the day.
Guys, it's about to be an election year.
It's about fucking consequences, right? If anybody should take anything from this video, you should learn that actions have consequences, right? When people have tried to defame me in the space and gotten a lawsuit, and then they're like going to be in front of a judge and jury explaining how they pulled all these false statements of fact out of their literal ass, and there's no support or backup for them. That's called consequences coming home to fucking bite them in the ass. Everyone's tough and cool when they're performing, okay, and not taking rules seriously or not taking systems seriously. And then afterwards they're like, oh, how could this have happened? It's not too fucking hard to put 2 and 2 together about what's going to happen when you fuck around.
You know what I mean? We're talking about certain points, and we've brought up certain points that might not be politically correct, right?
It's not about politically incorrect points. It's about putting on a Ku Klux Klan hood, running around like a monkey, demonstrating grape, pulling guns out, right? Having physical altercations.
I'm still not sure what the demonstrating grape thing is about. They didn't show that clip. And the gun part we've already explained about. The running around, I mean, he's making fun of this shit. It's not racism if you're making fun of it, but I don't know, maybe.
Altercations on your show. It's just a fucking ticking time bomb. It's fucking disgusting. And you call yourselves the #1 men's podcast. Yeah, sure.
And with everyone's viewpoints. Right.
They have 1.5 million subscribers or whatever, 1.2 million or whatever it is. Like, they are the #1 men's podcast.
And we've worked really hard to bring people on that have different.
It's like fucking glorifying the Jerry Springer show. Oh yeah, it's such a great, valuable show. No, people just watch it to watch fucking drama and confrontation.
It's not the same because Jerry Springer didn't bring actual value, right? Like, he just brought on drama. That's the difference. Instead, they're out there talking about topics, right? Trying to explain it to the thing. And the thing is a lot of times Myron and Walter, they don't really get crazy. They don't really get like vulgar or like any of this stuff when the conversation is smooth running and not confrontational and all these things, right? It's when, people get wild on the show that they have an issue, and then emotions and stuff, all that ties into it, right?
And people get disrespected. That's all this is. Okay, they think people are coming on there to better themselves. Good luck. Look who's teaching.
Some of them very controversial, some of them that may or may not be politically correct, and that's unfortunately the risk that you take when you make the kind of content that we do.
Even other platforms, look at Rumble. They're taking a huge beating on the stock market.
Yeah,
I mean, they're up.
Despite having one of the best years for revenue and for views and everything. And
so this comes at a cost, no matter who you are. Company, individual, creator.
Yep.
And a lot of you guys want to be aspiring RB creators as well. And I respect that. But just know, at a certain level, it will cost you a price you got to pay. And I think me and Myron understand this.
Yeah, how much was the CEO shirt and chain? That's the cost you got to pay to make it.
And we were saying, you know what? At some point, we're going to have to deal with this price.
Dummy. The cost you have to pay in this case is losing your channel and monetization in thousands and thousands of dollars for continuing up, to speak about these topics, right?
And day to day.
Yeah. Yeah. And my thing is...
Words of Wisdom by Walter Weeks. Let's get a round of applause for that. Hooked on Phonics must be working.
Guys, more than ever. Real talk. More than ever. I know a lot of you guys send me messages, and trust me, I look at them. I really do look at them. And as a matter of fact, I save them too, because I sent some of them to Fresh today.
Yeah.
When you guys send me your DMs and say, yo, you saved my life. Yo, you send me a picture of your credit score. Yo, my girl is.
This is all funny to him, right? Like, these are real people he's talking about, real situations, right? Of people changing their life for the better. Whether Myron had anything to do with it or not. Like, anyways, look, I'm going to end this because it can keep going on and on. The point is that we, meaning men, right? These content creators, you know what I mean? And this positions that they're in and stuff, like, we're all very similar. Nobody's reinventing the wheel around here. When something like this happens to somebody, you know, it can very easily happen to either one of these guys, Abba and Preach, and this other dude, whatever his name, John Anthony. I mean, he's no different. He's vulgar. You know, the language, he's said some things that are rude and probably discriminatory. And I imagine, you know, I don't know about the whole, you know, disability thing, whatever. Like, these are things that he can easily be canceled for too. He's no fucking different, right? So, so shout out to Fresh and Fifth, man. I hope you guys figure it out. I hope you know, take this as a learning lesson. Hopefully YouTube will actually tell you what it was specifically, so that in the future you can work around that framework, you know, for whatever other platform you may potentially go on. And you know, even the rest of these guys, John Anthony and Abba and Preach, you know what I mean? Like, I hope that you guys also learn from this and maybe tone your stuff up a little bit, you know, because nobody's safe, right? Your shit ain't safe. Obviously, John Anthony has it. If John Anthony's been demonetized, you know, a long time ago or whatever, how much, you know, these guys have been on for a long time, right? And they've been doing this for a long time. They have a huge subscriber base. So obviously whatever they were doing was fine for a long time until this happened, right? Whereas you did not make it that long. So, you know, humble yourself a little bit. You're over here peddling a course. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, appreciate you guys for listening. Have yourself a great week.